I came out the door this morning and my first thought was, it's cold. I mean, it's very cool out here. It's gonna be a gorgeous day. I'm still not over the fact that it seems like everybody saw the lights but me. But maybe tonight, we'll see. Yeah, just super pleasant out here this morning. I've got all of the water bowls refreshed. With these cooler temps, things aren't drying out at a fast rate, so I appreciate that. I pull the little trees that start growing in my flower pots and the perennial where I don't want it, and referee kitties. Hi, it's a good boy. So this ghost Japanese maple is putting out some new growth, and it's kind of cool to see how it starts out yellow with red edges and then turns to green for the summer before turning back for the fall. Here's the most ghost looking leaves. Sunlight has a little bit to do with how much variegation you'll see or won't see. Thought this was a pretty shaded spot, but it might be a sunnier spot. It's sunny in the morning. Morning sun's supposed to be okay. Afternoon, not as much. I did not feel any itchies this morning, but that's poison ivy, and I swear it's just on a mission to get me all broken out and itchy. Hey there.
Hey.
Don's got to do emergency repair today.
Yeah.
That stupid, poorly designed remote.
Yeah.
He can't put his feet down.
Yeah, I'm stuck. I had to stay in the recliner all day. I can't get out.
Oh, that's okay. We'll figure out a way. You can come off my side. I'm sure midnight will...
the cat's over there.
Yeah.
You don't want me to disturb the cat.
Right.
So far, she's got my phone and my coffee, so I'm like, this is like heaven.
Well, I guess, Panther, you've got a little food out here because I must have scared off all the critters coming and going the 2 or 3 times we were outside last night. Once the raccoons or the possums, they try to come up, they might not try to come back. Yeah, Panther don't want that crunchy old stuff. He gonna eat him some new stuff. Good boy. Yeah, I walked all the way out and everything's doing fine. I did pull that piece of poison ivy out of the ground. I go get really big leaves and double thickness, and I make sure I don't actually touch it. Except for I pulled the leaves off and managed to leave the sprig in the ground. So then with no leaves on it, I grabbed the bare wood part of it, pulled it out properly, and then came right in the house and scrubbed my hands 3 times. You can get it off the stem, but it's nowhere near as much oil. It's not as likely. It was one press, one spot. And I wiped my hands in the dirt really good right afterward too. So usually I can get away with that. Martikins! Hey, bud! Hi! I wiped off a lot of stuff out here yesterday. The grill, the handrails, but I forgot to go that way and get those handrails. So I need to come out with another wet towel and do a little more cleanup now that the pollen's not coming down so hot and heavy anymore. Because I lean over the rail. I don't want to get my shirt dirty. Come out to take a picture and want to lean, and it's like, yuck. But this part's all good now. Yeah, you see Marty? Marty not going to bother you. Marty going back to the backyard. I printed this really cool gear fidget spinner yesterday, but I never got out here to take it off the printer. I guess it's because I didn't have any compelling other thing to put on. Wow, this one's down to 23, and this one's sitting at 32. 32 is where this one's been sitting at, so this is the one that's kind of surprising me. The desiccant has done an excellent job in there. That stuff ought to print great. 20%'s like optimal. It's pretty cool, and actually there are several ways to spin it, so I love these ones that print as one piece, but they have movable parts. Good morning, Gray. Hi. How are ya? Whoops. Hi. Let's get that out of your way. Put the good stuff down. Hi. Hi. You hungry? Yeah, Mom's running a little late after not going to bed until after 2. So this is where Dawn did some taming yesterday. When I was over here, I didn't have my camera or phone or whatever, and I forgot to grab his. But, you know, it was really starting to be 3 feet tall all the way back to the pretty southern magnolia. And now we've left a few sourwood, which have really pretty red leaves, and the ferns, of course, and got rid of most of the rest of what was there. So, yeah.
And I also worked here in the shade, and you can see we've still got that part out there in the sun to do, but we've kind of got the little part down there by the gnome house, and now we've got this part over here. So all we got is that part in the middle, which is pretty significant. But you know, this is a never-ending, it'll be here after we're long gone problem.
Well, it's only 66 out here. There's like no humidity today, and look at that sky. I could have ordered today. It looks so great.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So I asked Don to take me up to J.C. Ralston Arboretum. That'll get me a lot of flower viewing and a little bit of a walk-in.
Yep.
Because that's what I'd like to do today. And then I need some cat food, dry chow stuff. I've been running out mid-month, which isn't so good. So probably next month what I should do on Subscribe and Save is have them send 2. And then I won't need 2 again for a while because it's cheaper to buy it from Amazon. But anyway, we'll probably stop at Walmart on the way back through town. I don't need a chicken today, so we won't be stopping at Harris Teeter, and I got all the meat I need through the weekend. Corned beef tonight, prime rib tomorrow, and Boston butt tacos on Monday. Yeah, I always like this barn too, so I'll just run my mouth for a minute longer so we can enjoy the barn as we go around the corner. First there's the barn, and then up here just a little ways there's this really pretty house. First off, this is Holly Springs, and it's really busy out here for a Saturday. We just went past the Target and a lot of other little shopping, and I've spotted 5 Teslas besides us in a mile. And 1 Mustang Mach-E GT in a color I don't think I'd seen before. It was kind of like a tan gray sort of a color. There's another red Y. It's busy out here, and it's busy with a lot of people going about their normal weekend business with their EV. And I don't think you've had to take over today yet.
No, she's been flawless. She's been great.
Yeah, Don and I guess I want to say that I'm feeling like this latest release, and it's on Ruby and Jules, is, you know, it really is next level. Here's another 3. Yeah. It really is next level. There's been that much of an improvement again in, I haven't told Don yet, but he'll, you know, sometimes I communicate to him because he watches the video so that he knows. But last night coming down Judd Parkway and over here, Don, he's not had her dive because of the lights over on the left, and he's not had her dive going through the intersection. So Ruby last night came through here and was flawless on this stretch of road, and now Jules is doing it today. And that's the first time since there was a full self-driving beta, because she was always trying to dive into those super intersections, either due to the paint in the middle of the intersection and the paint's not changed, or due to the lights over on the left and they've not changed either. So something about navigation this last update, she's learned how to handle this stretch of 55. I mean, I've been griping about it for 4 years. Yeah. She hasn't handled this stretch of road. We could never come all the way through 55 here. There's a red Y. We can never come all the way through this stretch without having to take over. So I am like glad they fixed this stretch of road, because we drive it all the time, and super impressed with the, yep, a white Y, with all of the updates.
Yeah, hang on a second.
Uh-oh. That wasn't anything we did, but Don wanted to make sure this guy got the space to move over.
Well, I don't know what was the right thing.
I saw the workers, I decided to slow down. And if he wants to plow into the workers, he can.
Well, you gave him room to make his maneuver.
Right, and she was speeding up, which probably would have been okay, and I wouldn't have taken over if I hadn't seen the workers blocking his lane up there. In other words, if the lane would have been clear at the rate she was accelerating, we would have been out in front of him and he could have came behind us. But of course, I don't know if he was accelerating or not. But I just said, whoa, this is no need to make this a do or die.
Wow, 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Type maneuver. I could just hit the brakes here, slow down, and then let him decide what he wants to do.
You know, I'm out here all the time. This is sort of headed toward Cary because we're going to J.C. Ralston Arboretum to look at flowers and walk. And I've just seen 4 Teslas while basically Don and I have been talking. And, you know, I've seen it build up because I'm out here all the time driving in Fuquay and back and forth to Cary at least once a week. And, you know, downtown Raleigh, all of those days on the highway. And there's another. I mean, the amount of Teslas in the Raleigh area is like exponentially grown. So again, there was a VinFast. It was dark green, Kelly green color. I think, isn't that what Francie has? So yeah, we're seeing a lot more VinFast.
Well, there's a dealer in...
right, it's one of the only places in the country, I guess, you can buy one is Leith.
Yeah.
Oh, what is the deal?
Yeah, Leith.
Well, it's Leith, but which one of their other cars? Toyota? I don't know. I don't remember. One of the Leith dealerships over here, right over here off of 64, where this exit, Tryon Road, it's like 2 miles from here is that dealer. But anyway, just the amount of, you know, our perspective, again, living in Raleigh is people are scooping up Teslas and to some extent other EVs all the time. So Mike Hoffman posted on Facebook, Tesla Cyber owners, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Model 3s trying to sell so he can get a Cybertruck. That Tesla's now offering 0.99% APR on new Model Ys purchased before May the 31st. Oh my God. I mean, is that like not the only thing that's been holding some people back is the horrible interest rates right now?
Yeah.
So Tesla just fixed that for you too.
If you can get money for 0.99, just take it.
Yep, just take it. That is, and the tax incentive and the lower price. I mean, just go buy a Model Y.
And another thing about that, because of the price, there's no haggle. See, the thing with when you go to the dealer, traditional car dealer, and they give you 0% or these super low interest rates, well, all that means is the other negotiated area, you let that go, and because the price of that is in there somewhere. You paid for that bought down interest rate, maybe the loan itself, the quality of the loan, I don't know, but you paid for it. I'm sure somewhere in there Tesla's paying for it or somebody's paying for it, but it's not on paper when you're going to cash price and loan price is the same price, and you can get a loan for 1%. It's like, well, I don't know how they're hiding the money in there, but I'm not going to be able to take advantage of getting that super duper discount, so I might as well just take the loan. I mean, I wouldn't put up money. Even if I had the cash sitting in the bank, I wouldn't put up the money. Because inflation is, I mean, my God, a 1% loan next year is going to, I mean, when, you know, another 9 or 10% inflation in real prices, I mean, it's going to be free money.
Yeah, well, really, if the choice is sell an investment to go buy a car or take a 1% loan out, take the 1% loan out and keep the investment because you're more likely to do better with the investment. Not giving financial advice, just opinion.
Yep.
Wow, way neat wrap. It's got a red tee and then the, I don't know, satin camo green sort of. It's really pretty. And then there's a red Y just out on the street. We were turning around to go get a shady parking spot we saw. We'll see if full self-driving, or excuse me, the auto park will put us in this offer us this parking spot up here. Who knows? Yeah, and there's a black 3. Well, these ones right here at the
Well, I don't know. It's enough room there.
Yeah, I agree. There's enough room right here, and you won't even have to ask Park Assist to do anything for you.
Yeah.
So this is what oak leaf hydrangea looks like when it gets bigger, and when the deer don't eat it. So but like I said, in the fall, the leaf-like, leather-like leaves get this red, purple, orange color. I mean, it's super pretty.
Well, it looks like to me great deer food.
Yeah. I had trouble with Apple Pay, so Don's trying Google Pay. You can pay for the plants on the plant cart with your phone, scanning the QR code. I am getting a catalpa for Gessie. Yes, $12. Chinese catalpa. Really pretty flowers. It says it has long seed pods. It'll handle part shade. It's deer resistant. Very important for our yard. Here's the one I'm getting, this plant. They were selling Christmas ferns, and we definitely don't need that. They had some pretty canna lilies, an orange yellow color. One's even got a bloom. I wonder if they're really that tiny. If that's really the height of that one, then maybe I change my mind about wanting one. I can just tell this is a variety of Asiatic jasmine, but it's different than the one that I have, and I like it, and it's obviously tolerating the shade. My assessment of what it was based on the very branchy looking stem, because mine's very similar. This is some special variety of hydrangea with an extra oval rounded leaf. I can't pronounce it. It's gonna bloom. I stopped to look at the piece of art, which I think is cool, and then I took a vertical picture that I don't normally do because of videos it doesn't work well, but I saw the pretty tree in the background. I mean, look at the, I'm gonna call it the skirt at the bottom of the tree. It's a crepe myrtle, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Wow, biggest one Don and I have ever seen. I mean, obviously it's been here other times we've been here, but we just haven't. Yeah. There's so many things to see here, you can't see it all in one full swoop. Don took my plant to the car for me. Thank you, Donnie.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
If you like gardenia, you want to stand here right now because this thing has an awesome, awesome perfume. I don't know, Donnie, look down below.
Oh, there it is. It's from China. Some kind of dinita, I can't pronounce that word.
Hydrangea. I don't know. We don't know what it is. We can't pronounce any of it. Not just even part of it. Any of it. It's pretty.
You get me much past oak.
Maple.
Maple. I'm done.
Now, but look, when I met Don at IBM, he knew, I called it an umbrella plant, and he told me it's a Schefflera. And I'm like, Donnie, where? It's like, how did you know that? How did you know that name? Some Japanese. Well, don't ask me to spell Schefflera either. Okay, I want mine that I've planted in my yard to look like this. I just do. I want it to look just like that. Now, some of the specimens have been here for this. It was founded in '76. So there are things out here that are original. Donnie, look up. Over here, toward me. The red tips on the Japanese maple. Look up at the sky at how pretty it is. This is Orangeola. I really like it. First off, I can see why it looks a little bit like dimpled orange skin, and then the red and the green all at the same time. I've seen it on Mr. Maple. That's not good for Dawn. Orangeola. See? Yeah, one of the funniest plants you'll hear people talk about in North Carolina is the red bud, and the reason for that is that the buds are actually purple. And the leaves on most varieties are green, so this one being red is like a super cultivated to do that variety, but a very large mahonia like the one I have in the front yard. I believe this is a variety of I want to say bamboo, but no, spirea. I guess it's spirea. Yeah. This is witch hazel. I wish I had one of these going in my yard, but elderberry and witch hazel are on the list to have somewhere out in the woods. Wow, look at this dwarf redbud tree with a really tiny, exceptionally heart-shaped leaves. Super cool. We have a volunteer on the side of the garage, and I meant to have Don help me move it last winter, maybe this winter. It's not in a good spot where it volunteered.
What's that?
The redbud tree we have in our yard. It needs to be moved. Oh my goodness, look at that. I want that. I mean, obviously it likes more sun than not, but look at that. That's another variety of redbud. These are not the ones that grow natively along the roadside in North Carolina.
Well, that one makes lots of babies.
But look at it. Yeah, well, that's why you have to come often, because they pot up those plants on the plant cart and you get the cool stuff from the garden. Donnie, can I please have this one in my garden? I want it to be a fountain, though.
I will pick that right on up and carry it out.
Please, 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 please.
I wish. Twigs. They don't. Most twigs alternate, but a dogwood is always opposing.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, this is the Kusa that we just planted. I was explaining the differences. This one flowers after it leaves out. The North Carolina native dogwood flowers and then leaves out.
Yeah.
And I was bringing Don over here to show him, oh my God, look at the Japanese maple. I'm happy here today. Don did good. I asked him to bring me, and as beautiful as today is, how could you say no, right?
That's right.
But I was telling him, I swear, Donnie, the oak leaf hydrangea doesn't have to be in the sun. And here's it not in the sun.
Yeah.
So it will do great in our yard. This is more witch hazel. Eventually I'm going to get a witch hazel in the yard. I left one at the other house down way far in the back that I had planted that was looking excellent. It's probably still there. It's not hard to grow. It's just hard to find at a non-super expensive place. This is pretty, how it kind of weeps over the pond area there.
Yeah.
It's not hot by any stretch today, but it was a little warm in the direct sun. It's nicer over here in the sort of shady part of the garden.
I think this is the first time I've been out here at this time of the year.
Right, we
early spring and
full hot on summer.
yeah, and maybe in the fall. But
And Christmas, because you brought me to the light show here at Christmas time.
I don't think I've ever been out here late spring, which is now, I guess, in
Yeah.
North Carolina, this is late spring.
Well, Kat Campbell's at WRAL, she says the hydrangeas are starting to bloom. It's not, maybe by next weekend they would be peak over there. Oh, I like that. I was walking this way because I thought, wow, this is really neat how they have these cedar, cypress trees. I like the bench.
Yeah, these are cedar.
I like the bench, and I like the
Ground cover.
bark and the ground. Yeah, it's some sort of fancy English ivy.
Yeah, that they don't let it go up the tree.
Right, they keep it manicured to this area, that's right. I really should spend time paying attention to the shady part of the garden for ideas for our yard. Oh, I like this. So this is a variegated Japanese maple, but it's not a lace leaf or a curly leaf. It's a broadleaf.
Yeah.
Snow Fire tricolor red maple. Oh, I like this. I like it a lot. The top of the tree doesn't do anything for me, but look at the lower bark. It's like its own piece of artwork. This is Waterfall. It doesn't look as weeping as I would have thought for that name. I'm recognizing names of things I've seen on Mr. Maple. I was explaining to Don that they have 1,000 cultivars. They release 10 every Tuesday in limited number. You know, they take the ones they have, they go around, they graft them to new stock, and then they sell them. And I'm just, you know, making my list. So this is ligustrum, but it's a variety that has some variegation on the leaves. Yep, that's what it is. Ligustrum Silver Star, it says. Yeah, we found another one blooming in the yard off the driveway yesterday. It's very, it looks like a camellia when they're both not flowering. So the only time of the year it stands out is when it has the flower on it. And then you're like, oh yeah, that's what that is. But I would not take it out, obviously. This is Red Select, this Japanese maple. I was telling Dawn to look at all the ones in our yard because they all are pushing some new leaves now, and they all have, Dawn's picking up trash in the arboretum. There's not been a lot. As like his fifth bend, though. You're such a good person. I need some pachysandra in our yard because Dad had it in the yard in Trenton and I don't have any of it. I had started some at the house in Willow Spring back behind my office window. And obviously I had to leave that behind. So I really should get a small like shade. Anything that likes shade, you know, is good. So they've been working on restructuring the bathroom building. They've put a new roof on it.
Yeah, they have new.
And they're replacing some of the woodwork and.
Yeah, looks like copper actually.
Yeah. Well, I think it was copper before, but maybe it, you know, it was leaking or needed to be redone. It's very pretty. You see this when you come down the main corridor, which we jetted off of to look at the shade stuff. You see it. It's the main focal point. I didn't know they had a weeping ginkgo biloba, but they apparently do. There's hellebore everywhere here, and I'm just kind of over it now. But I'm glad it does good in my yard. The really fancy varieties with the upright flowers are quite appealing, but yeah, this is another tree like the hollies, but that it sheds and makes quite the mess, this southern magnolia, but at least it doesn't hurt you. The leaves are smooth, yeah, rounded out, unlike the holly trees that they can hurt, admittedly so. This is a gold bark Japanese maple. It looks, the bark looks like potato peel to me. I'd rather have coral bark, but I appreciate the different cultivars, all of them. Now I know there's something called a gold bark that I hadn't paid attention to before. You know, each time we come, I soak up a little more detail that I store away in my plant memory that I didn't have the time before. Huh? Shamrock plant.
Ooh, wow, pretty.
Yeah, it does come in purple and green. We found some that I planted out in the yard growing. It's kind of hid under a holly tree, but it's making it. I was very impressed. It will survive a North Carolina, at least mild winter. And the new parking lot is over here, but there's no way, I don't think, to enter the garden from that parking lot. You have to go around. This is the educational center where they have children's programs.
Side of here.
Hey, that's not fair. We need to get rid of the poison ivy, especially when it's right near the kids area. That is so not right. Now this is Virginia creeper. Well, maybe it's educational that they show the kids the difference between Virginia creeper and poison ivy and English ivy. Huh? Yeah. And vine. So maybe they're just trying to teach the kids all the different things in North Carolina. Personally, I think I'd clean up the fence, but except for the Virginia creeper, that could be pretty in the fall, and it won't hurt anything over there. Well, they're even letting poke salad grow. So, yeah, this little corner compost, huh? What's growing in the compost bin? Yeah, we have some of this in our yard, and it's considered an invasive, but I keep it manicured to one little spot. And I kind of like the little blue flowers. I've tried to get palumbo and some other blue things to grow with no success, so I'm loath to pull out anything that's blue that actually blooms in our yard. There's the beehives. I'm almost at the point where I'm ready for Joe to set us up with some bees, because there's several things in our yard that would get berries better if we had more pollinators. I like berries. I don't mean to eat, I mean for the birds and just the beauty of the berries. So we walked along the whole outer edge, came in near the pretty lady statue. And this is kind of like the staging grounds. This is not as developed out here. You'll see a weed or two. I don't know that we've walked in here before. They're always adding something. So here's a variety of ginkgo tree that has variegated leaves. See up high on it, the new growth coming out. That's very pretty. Yeah, this is far from a all natural garden, right? There's all kinds of fancy cultivars brought from other parts of the world, people doing plant science to come up with neat stuff. I'm good with it. I like it.
Yeah, well, they said that's what Ralston did. He traveled all over the world and collected specimens.
Yeah, he's kind of like Tony Avant over at Plant Delights Nursery. Oh wow, here's a fancy ginkgo, and it's like it's shedding. It's like it's a Angora cat hair, or rabbit hair, excuse me, sweater or something. It's got all this fuzziness off of it. That's different. We had ginkgo trees in the yard in New Jersey. They were around the pool. And I miss not having a ginkgo tree. It is on my list along with the witch hazel. Especially considering its upright behavior. It doesn't need a lot of width space. Wow, they haven't replanted this back here yet. But they will. We've come later in the summer and it's all aglow with stuff.
These beds right here, they're going to put something in those beds.
Yeah.
All those beds are doctored.
Straight ahead over here is the rose garden. I will check that out a little bit. And then over here where we haven't gone yet is the Japanese maple garden, really. And heading towards the desert rooftop garden. That one doesn't do as much for me, but yeah, the rose garden is reserved for a wedding today, so although we can see it from the sign, and the wedding's not going on right now, but I get it that they've set up for the chairs and stuff.
So this rose, I kind of like it. You get 3 for the price of 1. You only have to dig 1 hole and you get a yellow rose, a pink rose, and a white rose.
And combinations of those.
And combinations of
I like it too. It's very pretty. Okay, we're walking into the Japanese garden area, which of course is mostly maples, and I guess that's another variety of redbud. See, the flowers and the seed pods come off the bark, the branch. Pretty neat. What's this beauty? Is this a Carolina allspice with a fancier flower than I have? It's exactly what it is. Wow. I want some of this variety. Oh, that one's pretty.
Oh, it is very pretty.
I like this one too, but you know, they all look better in the spring and the fall and not when they're in their full red or full green state, in my opinion. I like the changing season part, but we're gonna have to go look at that. Oh, look at the hydrangea.
Yeah, boy, that one's gonna be busting out soon. It's got pink.
Well, maybe next weekend we can check out WRAL again. We've always said we were gonna go when the hydrangeas looked excellent, and I don't think have made it out there. It's super lacy.
Yes, that is very lacy leaf.
Yeah, we don't have one that's just falling waters. Oh no, that's not it. That's the fern, maidenhair fern underneath.
For a green one, it's very pretty. Japanese something. Ice.
Rareflora. Discovered all the tags are velcroed on.
Yep.
And he's fixed a few that were on the ground, and we may have temporarily lifted a few to take a picture and then put them back.
Yep.
But they're velcroed, and Don has fixed more than we've moved. I guess they get kicked or the wind pulls them off or something, but hosta. Don't plant a lot of hosta because the deer love them and you just end up crying over them. Kukuji Nishika. This looks a lot like my butterfly one that's on the end of the boardwalk, except for this one doesn't have any pinks in it. It is very similar to the one I have at the end of the boardwalk.
Fine leaf.
Yeah.
Variegated to boot. Obviously, the Japanese maple has been cultivated beyond belief.
Yeah. Hana Matoi.
Wow, I've not seen a pink one before.
Yeah, I really like that one too, Donnie.
Did you get close up with the
I'm fixing This is a Japanese climbing hydrangea. Definitely one I'll be looking for on the plant cart.
Yeah.
Likes the shade. Thoroughly enjoyed being out here today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not fun the first week in August.
No.
But today, because of the cooler than normal temperatures, it was a true delight.
Perfect, yeah.
The shape of this Japanese maple, wow, it's just really pretty. And this is a Dissectum varied group green lace leaf. I just like the way they trained the tree. We weren't allowed down here when we were here for the light show at Christmas time, but today you're allowed to walk down here. So I thought we would. Cactus and more of an arid garden down here. Century plant. Pomegranate. We were standing up there at the Christmas light show display, watching and doing all the videoing of all of the lights down here. And the gardens themselves are lovely. And they certainly looked great all lit up. Well, that variety of hellebore has a really interesting leaf.
I like that.
I wouldn't mind having a piece of that. Like I said, we just need to come more often and check the plant table, even if we don't walk the garden, because they will pot up this stuff and the prices are fair. Yeah, the tree above it. Yep. Sounds pretty over here. Well, we've made the loop. They call this doozy.
I agree, it's a doozy.
It's a doozy. It's another variety of spirea. I guess that's maybe a variety of ice plant. I don't know. No. Yep. And there's a gold redbud that I missed before. And a really pretty red Japanese maple down that way. And there's a Tesla. Don't collide with the other guy backing out. Whew. See, this is spirea too, and this is the more similar to the variety you'll see around, but it always has that, I don't know, honeycomb looking flower to it. So your tree in another 20 years?
Yeah, possibly, but this one has an unusual, it's got 3 trunks.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming it's one plant, but it's possible they planted.
Oh yeah, interesting. The name on it was over here someplace, and
Over that way.
yeah, Dissectum Atropurpureum group red lace leaf. Yours is a red lace leaf too, but
That's right.
it's a close sister. There's a white 3. There's a black S. We're just coming in the back way to Walmart. We want to see if she tries to take the dive that she did a few weeks ago that caused us to pick up that nail in the fringe.
Yeah. And she's tried to do it one other time since then. I just wouldn't let her do it because, you know, I had that bad experience.
Yeah. But several map things have been fixed, so
We'll see.
we'll see. We'll give her a chance to fix this too. I don't know why she thinks Walmart is in the wrong spot.
Yes.
It's been there since 2002 when Sam was born.
Yeah.
So it's not a new entrance even or anything.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point.
But all of this on the right is new, but the Walmart's been in the same spot forever.
Alright. This is not it. It's the next one. Yeah. There
Nope,
she
she's
goes.
trying to go again.
Now, hang on.
Well, that.
She took the wrong turn.
Right, well, I guess she thinks there's more of a turn lane to go into Walmart than there is. Well, I had been waiting for them to get these in, but I think it's just blood good variety, but $20 for that size is a good price. Yeah, they are. They're all blood good. If it was any variety besides blood good, I would be interested. Darn it. And I waited and I've been looking and watching and everything. This is a good deal. It is. If you don't have any and you want to start out with an easy one and all of that good stuff, this is a great deal. I texted Don that I was ready and I was pretty sure that was a white 3 up on the hill and not Don. And yeah, here's Don. That was a white 3. Well, they've got the worst part of it repaved. So that was good. Good to know. I came out of Walmart and I told Don, I can explain seriously. It was 75% off. It was an $80 set that was on sale for $20. And it has the light lavender color and a bunch of the dark turquoise color. My battery ran out. I guess I shot a little footage at the Arboretum. Anyway, probably as a part set, could be as a gifted set, could be I just feel like building it set. It's got 4 minifigures in it too, so I was like, I felt like that was, you know, a good find for my birthday weekend. Hi, Stripe. Yes, I always have help when I'm filming on the kitchen counter. Lavender, aqua. That's medium lavender. And this is the purple, you know, primary color. Well, it's made from red and blue, but, you know, the standard purple. I know that this is medium azure. And of course there's the navy in here and the bright yellow, not to be confused with the yellow, or I don't know, maybe it's cool yellow. Yeah, cool yellow, excuse me, cool yellow, medium nougat. That's the standard pink. Anyway, I had to look it up. There are over 70 colors. And there are charts for it. And normally, I know, there are the most things there are of is blue. So if you're going to get confused about any of the colors, you're going to get confused about the blue. Because there's just, how many can we count here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then potentially 4 more. So 13. Yeah, there's lots of shades of blue. I'm stopping for now. I got my sorting done. And I got all these tiles laid down for the inside. This build is really intricate. Like I said, it's a modification of, not an alternate build of. So it does require some extra pieces that weren't in the build, thus had me sorting and scrambling for some pieces. The only piece that's not right is this is supposed to be the dark turquoise color. And I'll swap it out when I get it. I'm stopping for tonight. Our corned beef's almost done, and time to tidy up.